Alrighty, and welcome to another EDH Deck Tech with yours truly, Tom from MTG Radio. We're awesome because you love us. Anyways, so this is a deck tech of Kresh the Blood-Braided guy with friends with. Oh, there's a dragon in the background. Anyways, so for 2 black, red, green, he is a 3/3 legendary creature human warrior. Isn't he just so cute? Whenever another creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may put X +1/+1 counters on Kresh the Blood-Braided, where X is that creature's power. Each of his 22 braids is bound with bone and leather from a foe. That's just unnecessary information. So Kresh the Blood-Braided, usually decks built around him are kind of like you have a lot of sacrifice effects and you have a lot of fun with it and you just have greater good and stuff. And the first build I had of this deck wasn't even close to that. Now the build is getting closer to it, but not there yet. I need to add Grave Pact into the deck. So anyways, let's go over this alphabetically. Why don't we? That way you get to see it. Oh, look, it's scrolling really fastly. Alright, so alphabetically. The first card is not a Kuum Requage, it's Arc Slugger. This guy is a beast. Get the pun, because he's actually a beast. 3 red for a 4/5 from Mirrodin. For 1 red, exile the top 10 cards of your library. Arc Slugger deals 2 damage to a creature or player. Yeah. He's really good. I just accidentally deleted him from my deck. But he's really good. He does what you want him to, and what you want him to do is kill things. And you have, obviously, you start with a lot of cards in your deck, so he ends up being decent. Marilla Sphere is really good land search from Conflux for 2 colorless, 2 sack it, search for 2 basic lands, put them into your hand. Make sure you shuffle your library. It's a good card, good at thinning lands, good at getting lands. Avatar, whoa. Avatar of, whoa. For 6 black, 6/5, cost 6 if there's 10 or more creature cards total in all graveyards, which gets there fast. So you rarely cast her for 8. Usually you're casting her for 2, and everyone's going, aw, crap. Awakening Zone. There's a nice amount of stuff in this deck that costs a nice amount, so Awakening Zone really does well with that. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token onto the battlefield that has sacrifices creature. Add 1 to your mana pool. Yeah, it's a decent card. BOP fixes mana, comes down, turn 1, accelerates. Bloodbraid Elf. It's destroying standard. Why can't it destroy EDH? Bajuka Bog is there to exile graveyards without having to pay anything for it. Brittle Effigy, 1/4 and a tap. Exile Brittle Effigy, exile target creature. It's colorless removal. It gets around like if you have something like Doomblade in your hand or so. Oh, whatever. I'm playing it because it's fun. Broodmage Dragon. It kills things from Jund for the longest time, and now it gets to kill things in my deck, which is awesome. I like it. It gives me 8 power for 6. Perfect. Caldera Hellion, you get to sack creatures, which is beneficial with Kresh because of the Devour part, and it deals 3 to each creature, which is usually around the threshold of most of the creatures in EDH around turn 5 or turn 6, so you end up good. Cool looking Chandra Nalar, not the stupid looking one, although not the manga looking one, which would be even more awesome. She's a planeswalker. She's decent. I don't know why people hate on her. She's actually really good. Channel Hoarder Worm from Conflux again for black, red, green. Trampling 6/6. Whenever it deals damage to an opponent, I can return a card from my graveyard to my hand, which is usually nice because there's usually one guy who doesn't have enough defenders, and you trample over him and you get a card back, and it's just good. Consuming Vapors is good against decks like Earl, where you play it for 3 and a black, then they sacrifice Earl, and you gain like 12 life because they put an F ton of enchantments on them. So it's a good card to have in your repertoire of things to kill people with. Crystal Ball is some lovin' from M11. Dance of the Dead is some lovin' from something else. Yeah. Whatever. I'm not reading that. It's a lot of text. Have you read what's on this thing? Basically, you enchant a creature in a graveyard, and it comes onto the battlefield. I'm not sure if it's tapped or not, and you get, yeah, it gets +1/+1, and it's a decent card. Dragon Broodmother 2, red, green. It's an amazing card. This guy is fun. At the beginning of your upkeep, get a 1/1 red and green dragon with Devour onto the battlefield. It's good for what it does, and what it does is be a dragon and dominate the game, which, by the way, is good. Evolving Wilds. Oh, I should get the regular art one. Alternate art one doesn't look that cool. Anyways, so Fauna Shaman, it's good. I'm not buying Survival of the Fittest, so I have a Fauna Shaman instead. Flame Tongue Kavu, I think is also commonly known as FTK. It kills things. Garrick Wildspeaker is a planeswalker, so he goes in the deck. That's just my general rule. Garrick's pack leader, 4 and a green, 4/4. Another creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control. You may draw a card. It's good, greater good. Speaking of good, sack a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrifice creature's power, then discard 3 cards. It's obviously only good with creatures power 4 or more, but it's good in the deck. It's good with Kresh. It's really good with Kresh. Harmonize, 2 green, draw 3 cards. Not important, but you need card advantage from somewhere. Harrow fixes your mana, accelerates your mana at instant speed. Hellkite Charger. This guy can win you the game sometimes. Sometimes he's just a 5/5 fly hasty basher. Hellkite Overlord. Awesome mythic dragon that's mythic and awesome at the same time. It's a flying, trampling, hasting 8/8 for 8. It's so good. Hibernation's End is easily one of my favorite cards in this deck. For 4 and a green, cumulative upkeep of 1. Whenever you pay Hibernation's End's cumulative upkeep, you may search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equals the number of age counters on Hibernation's End and put it onto the battlefield. If you do, shuffle your library. So basically it goes turn 1, you get BOP, turn 2, you get like Utopia Tree, turn 3, you start getting decent creatures. Actually, turn 1 is going to be Dragon 2 Speaker from now on. Whole Breach is an amazing card. It gets rid of 2 artifacts or 2 enchantments, or 2 artifacts and 2 enchantments. It's good. Drink Stomp Howler. It destroys artifacts and enchantments. Inferno Titan. It has a beard of bees, because it kills you. Insurrection is a good game-ending card. Usually when you drop that, you just look at everyone and smile and go, GG's, guys? It's even better when you have Greater Good in play. Dragon Tree Speaker, Soul Ring Elf is her nice little name. You drop her turn 1, turn 2 you level up, and it's Soul Ring. Journey Discovery, I rarely cast this without entwining it, but I did in a different game and it worked out really well. Karthus Tyrant of Jund is the other deck this deck can kind of morph into. If I'm like the last one and everyone's playing like fun generals, I'll play Karthus. 4 black, red, green, flying, haste. When he enters the battlefield, gain control of all dragons and untap them. Other dragon creatures you control have haste. Really good, great with Dragon Brewmother, and just fun. Kadamas Reach is Cultivate. Kresh the Blood Braided. He explained him. Crossing Grip is good at getting rid of top, and getting rid of Sensei's Divining Top. Lord of Extinction is a fun mythic rare from Alar Reborn. I've always loved him. He's affectionately known as Boom Tube. Lurking Predator is a great card from M10 for 4 green. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, you may put that card on the bottom of your library. It's great when you play Lurking Predators and you cheat out like Mad Rush Cyclops and it's like, hurrah, I'm a foily guy that gives all your creatures haste. Magma Phoenix is a great card that I dearly love. It's won me many a draft and limited game. Makeshift Mannequin is just kind of fun to instant speed back Magma Phoenix and any other card in this deck, like Mitotic Slime. It's like, oh, I killed your Mitotic Slime. Makeshift Mannequin back my Mitotic Slime. Oh, you makeshift mannequin your Mitotic. I'm going to shut up, but it's awesome. Mirror in the Moaning Well goes along with the sacrifice effects in the deck. Momentous Fall is one of the best sacrifice effects to come out in recent times. And by recent times, I mean in the most recent set. At additional cost to cast it, sack a creature, you draw cards equal to the sacrifice creature's power, then you gain life to its toughness, which is great. Obstinate Baloth is good at holding the ground. I took out Ravenous Baloth for Obstinate Baloth, and I think so far it's been a really good call. Oh, I didn't notice that. He's actually emerging from a tunnel. Huh. He's also, or he could be constipated and obstinate. Phantom Centaur. Whenever you verse the random mono black guy and you drop this guy on turn 4, they cry on the inside and then on the outside because they're crying so hard on the inside. Rampaging Baloths. It's a pre-release card. It's really good. With some of the rampant growth effects and stuff, it just gets better. Oh wait, rampant growth effects? Raids a main Massacre 5 for a first striking 5/5. It also kills stuff. It's good. Like, honestly, it's good. Relic of Progenitus is good at killing random graveyard strategies. Relic with this guy. No maximum hand size. I wouldn't actually play for a spellbook effect, but I will not pay for a spellbook effect. Restock, return 2 target cards from your graveyard to your hand. This card is great. By the way, this card is great. She got a booty on her. I don't believe I just said that. Rude Awakening. This is another win card. If you get to entwine it, you can just have some fun. Sarkin the Mad is a planeswalker, so he's good. That's actually true. Also goes along with the mini sacrifice theme in the deck. Scoop Mob is just a card that people use a lot of premium removal on because like, oh no, he's gonna get out of control, and you're like, thanks for killing my 1/1. Seaborn Muse. There's nothing in here to really like make her broken, but there's a lot of things in here to make her good. Sensei's Divining Top is obviously a great card. Siege Gang Commander is obviously a great card. Spellbreaker Behemoth is a 4 mana 5/5, which is great. Sword of Vengeance is awesome. It's from M11. Tech Edge, Temple of the False God. Terminate destroys creatures. Torrent of Souls for 4 red-black. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield if black was meant to cast it, and all your creatures get haste and +2/+0 if you cast it. It's a really fun card. It's actually it comes out of nowhere and it can really end games when it's just one-on-one in that last board stall. All right, we got our last couple cards. We got Treetop Village, Utopia Tree, Vengeful Rebirth, which won me a game. Although I was gonna win that game, it won me the game. And I believe that's a Wickerbell Elder at the end there. Yes, it is. Check this guy out. Oh, Wickerbell Elder. Okay, so I explained this in a different video that I had to delete because everyone just conceded. For 3 and a green, 4/4, enters the battlefield, -1/-1 counter on it. Green, remove it. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Remove the -1/-1 counter, sorry. For the longest time, I thought that the Scarecrow part, the part with like the little ball on it, the light up part, was his face. Nope, that's his tusk. His face is recessed. That's basically it. Is there anything I want to go over that I went over too fast? I don't think so. I really like how the deck's performed so far. It's won me a game or two. I like it. It has a nice amount of kill conditions, which is something that some people forget to put in their EDH decks. Like, they build these really fun synergistic EDH decks, and then they just sit there doing fun synergistic things, and you're hitting them with Brewmate Dragon, just kind of laughing. So don't forget to put in kill conditions in your EDH decks. This deck runs 38 lands, and it still runs, wow, 38 lands, and it still runs a bunch of land search in it, and a lot of land acceleration. There have been times when I've been stuck on like turn 13 with still lands in my hand, but it's better than being stuck on turn 4 with 3 lands in play. So, that's basically the deck tech for the deck. I hope you appreciated it. If I talked too fast or if I was annoying, let me know in the comments. If you liked it, let me know in the comments. What else? Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're new to MTG Radio, we're a podcast on the MTG Cast Network. We focus on EDH. If you have any questions, you can actually email us. We'd be happy to receive them at edhradio@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at MTG Radio, and we'll be your friends. We'll like give you a cyber hug. We won't actually do that because that's probably going to border on pedophilia, but we'll try and give you a cyber hug. We'll give you a pretend one, which I guess is like the worst hug you can get because there isn't even one there. I'm kind of just trying to run this video to 15 minutes, so I guess I'll say, if you can see, I typed in dragons. The other way this deck was going to go was to use a bunch of dragons, and to be honest, I wasn't able to get it done. I don't think that deck works for me. I do like the Scion of the Dragon deck though, and I might build that in the future. Just like I might build a Niv Mizzet deck. The Firemind for 2 blue, red. It's a 4/4 legendary dragon wizard with flying. Whenever you draw a card, Niv Mizzet, the Firemind deals 1 damage to target creature or player, and it taps to draw a card. Guy's great. He's actually an auto win with cards like Ophidian Eye or Curiosity, but I don't know if I'll play that. Yeah, I guess that's game, guys. So, for MTG Radio, this has been Tom, and thanks for tuning in. And I know how to stop it this time, so you can't make fun of me for this. So ha 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 ha.